All right, welcome back. Welcome. Here we are on day 2 of our Peak Productivity Masterclass. I'm so excited to be here with you. I've been seeing all of your homework and the awesome brain dumps that you all have been doing, and I can't wait to dive in. So go ahead, join in. Let me know who's here with us live. If you're listening live, go ahead and type in alive so I know that you're here. And if you are listening to the replay, go ahead and type in replay. Or watch party. If you were listening to the watch party, go ahead and type in watch party. Yes, day 2, here we go. Welcome back. Oh my gosh, the work that is being done, I'm blown away by all of the folks who are simply diving into this work. So Earl, Michelle, Andrea, you are all live. JB, I'm glad that you are live. Who else is here with us today? Haley, glad that you are here. Welcome, welcome. We have Dennis here as well. Eugene, nice to see you. All right, here we go. Kasia, I love that you folks are joining on live. You love the energy. You are here. You are in it to win it. You people who are showing up today, who are doing the homework, who are committed to your success, you're going to win. You are going to win. So welcome, welcome. Here we are. Hello, Monica. Hello, Caroline. Hello, folks who are popping on. It is very wonderful to have you here. Welcome, welcome. Here we are. So we are getting started with day 2. Day 2 is happening right now. And so I have to say the work that has been done is just incredibly inspiring. The work that you folks are doing is very, very inspiring. Becky is here live. Hello, Chris. Let me know who else is here live. I'd love to know who is on here live. We have our first giveaway today, which is a ton of fun too. All right, so Monica, hello. Yes, and I'm just blown away by the amount of effort and energy that's going into this. And so I'm looking at homework last night and this morning, and I'm seeing that many people are starting to really come to this thought that maybe the direction of where they're going, that maybe they want to shift it a little bit. How many people here had some discoveries yesterday with the homework? How many people here checked out the other homework that folks had submitted and said, wow, look at what they're doing, and look at what I'm doing. You know, why are we doing all this work? Or did you get ideas? Things were generated for you. Yes, hey, Becky Sue, glad that you are here. And so what happened? What was your experience like yesterday once you started defining what was what? Yes, Haley, we are giving away, this is the month of gratitude. So we are making this series ultra fun. We are giving away wellness kits almost every day. I would say several times, throughout this week, as well as some time chunking tools that I have for you. So we have lots of fun stuff going on. Hey, we may as well keep this exciting, and we enjoy doing it. We enjoy doing it. So yes, there are definitely giveaways for those who are participating, who are active. So if you have not already said whether you're here live, on the replay, or in the watch party, go ahead and let us know if you are live on the replay or in the watch party. Hey, Erica. Erica's here live with us. Blown away. Nora Fury's here, day 2. Awesome. Oh, goodness. Nora, you got to get yourself on. No, Caroline's not allowed to talk for you. Nora, press the button. You're good to go on. Joseph is here. Good to see you. Hey. All right. So, what happened for you? What happened for you as you were working through this? What happened for you? What revelations are you starting to come up with? Some of you, go ahead in the notes in the chat here and let me know what came to mind for you as you were documenting all the things that you were doing. Is Ann Roberts here? I'd love for someone to invite Ann Roberts, and cause she has something phenomenal to share. And Oli, Mali, L-I at the end. She has something great to share too. Hello. Yes, Christy Jackson, you are here. Great, glad that you are here. Okay. So a lot of folks, wrote down these brain dumps. And so the goal of yesterday was to talk about what you do and why you do it, right? And so Earl discovered that he wastes a lot of time in email. Oh, Earl, I have a solution for you. Wait. We have some productivity hacks for you that are going to really, really help you out. Hello, Liliana, glad that you are here. So we have lots of hacks for you. And yes, email, it's reactive. It's this thing that just pops up all the time, and it really takes up a lot of analysts' time. In fact, some analysts couldn't even come up with a list, but they said, all I do is respond to data requests. That's it. So I sit and I wait. I wait for someone to ask something of me, right? Other people said that they're so overwhelmed. They have 50 plates that they're juggling. They have all kinds of things that they're doing. And they always seem like these fires, these immediate things that are, are a struggle for other people. They need it done right away, and it's an emergency, but it doesn't feel like an emergency for you. Many of you wrote down stats and reports. Parole, Christy, you wrote down parole bulletins, victim work. Sadie, hello, glad that you are here too. Christy, also you shared, and several of you shared that sometimes our perfectionism leads us to really continue and do and not be able to release some product relatively quickly. So is that you? You're not alone. Katya, you are building an analytical unit. I love some of the language, Katya, that you provided, that your analyst, she's building a unit so that the analyst is the thinker and the communicator, that the analyst is a proactive analyst. Yeah, absolutely. I loved that language, Katya. So congratulations to you. I read your email as well. Just great work in really nailing down how to be proactive. You remind me of this course I'm teaching right now to our Rising Genius folks who, we're working on building infrastructure. So we're working through, what does a vision statement look like? What does the policy look like? What do the procedures look like? How do you retain an analyst? What's the retention strategies and buy-in strategies and all that stuff? So Katya, you remind me of that course that we're teaching right now. I would love for you to be a part of that if that's of interest to you. So Caroline says, I've been there, Earl. I felt lost with all the emails, time chunking. Yep, well, you're going to learn that in just a little bit. Will be amazing for you. I can't wait. Haley says, I always feel like I have so much to do and never able to get it done. Yes, so many people feel that way. They feel that way. Joseph feels bogged down in emails. It's even worse due to COVID as well. Yes. So we're going to talk about some solutions around emails because I have some big ones. I have some big ones that might make you feel a little bit uncomfortable, but will recap your time. So we're definitely going to dive into that too. Michelle says, I think being able to build an analyst unit is cool instead of just stepping into an already made unit. I can't wait to watch how that works out for Katya. Yeah, Katya got it going on. She's using quality language. She's saying things like, I want my analysts to be the thinkers, the communicators. I want to have a proactive analyst. I want a valued analyst. She's working on the branding of her analysts, really professionalizing them as industry leaders, or at least leaders in her agency. It was beautiful. I loved it. Yes, and it is, you are here. I'm glad that you are here. It is so wild and crazy. It never stops. And so it really is up to us. It really is up to us. Monica says, prioritizing my duties is a struggle. Well, guess what? We're gonna nail that down for you today, Monica. That's exactly what we're here for today. So I loved some of you, you talked about, mom life. That was you, Dana. And several of you talked about things like, you put on your list, like, I want to be solid with my home life. I want to be solid with taking breaks. I want to learn chess, right? Who was that? Someone wanted to learn chess. I wrote that down and I can't quite find it right now. Olivia, I think it was you. And you are loving volunteering. Those are your priorities. We want to put those things down as well. We want to put those things down as well. So let's see. So if right now, what I did notice is not many of you put down training or professional development. And the ones who did put it down, most just said the blanketed training. And I really want you to start thinking about purpose and where you're going as an analyst. So a lot of analysts build out training, like they don't build out training. They just grab whatever training comes their way. Oh, there's an online training that's available. I think I'll do that. There's an in-person. I think I'll do that. And they just kind of like grab what's available to them. That is the wrong approach to training. Instead, I want you to think about your professional development roadmap as a tool to get you to where you're going. So if your goal is to be an analyst who provides opportunities for success to your officers through, let's say, pattern analysis and, mapping products, right? Or pattern analysis in some, geography kind of analytics, right? So the only trainings that you should be doing would be critical thinking, tactical analysis, maybe some program trainings like Access and Excel to help you learn those tools, and GIS, right? You should not be taking a cell analysis just because it comes up, or a social media analysis just because it comes up, or human trafficking just because it comes up. So instead, every analyst and supervisors, definitely help your analysts decide what kind of analyst do they want to be 6 months from now, a year from now, 2 years from now. And then let's engineer it backwards. How do you get there? You get there with X, Y, and Z training, right? With these leadership opportunities. So when you're considering training, and every single person, you should be thinking about your professional development, ways that you can professionalize. Eugene says to utilize the FBI Virtual Academy. Yeah, I mean, if there's something in the FBI Virtual Academy that aligns with what your goal is, then go for it, right? If it aligns with what your goal is. But what I'd like you to do is start with the where you're going, right? So if you're going to be in VICAP and you want to be a serial murder investigator, like, who cares about, some Excel sheet, right? You want to get really solid on whatever skills it's going to take for you to get to VICAP, right? Or whatever it might be, that area that you're going in. Yeah, that's a thing. That's a thing, Michelle. There's some, the FBI has some great training, some really, really good training. So does the IACA, so does IATALYST, so does our program, our Rising Genius program. So there's all kinds of tools out there, and you're going to be bombarded with tools, right? And you're going to be bombarded with training. But if you start, right, from this point of origin where you say to yourself, this is where I want to be, and I'm only going to allow those things in that serve that one purpose, then you're going to excel. Welcome, Stephanie. Glad you are here. Hey, Nick. I'm glad you popped on too. So I want every single person here to have professional development, right? Professional development. So yeah, our training sergeant authorized it. Everything from programming, analytics, by topic, certification, or just one-offs, Excel platform. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, great. I'm so glad that worked for you. Fantastic. And so, so when you think about training, every person, I remember, Michelle, when you signed up for, Michelle says, remember that time I signed up for one too many trainings back to back. Yeah, I remember a time when I was teaching one too many trainings back to back. We teach Excel, we teach Access, we teach mapping, we teach tactical, we teach strategic, we teach it all. Sadie says, we've got Access set up right now for our civil process day sheets, but would be starting from scratch for any kinds of reports and have no idea how to get our RMS data into Access. Absolutely brand new position. Yeah, Sadie, I have some great resources for you. Stick around because we actually going to direct you to a free resource relative to building an analytical database. So stick around for that. That's a great question. So in Sadie's position, she's saying we want this robust analytical system set up. We want these automated reports. And so she's saying, what training do I need to build into, my curriculum, my day-to-day to execute, right? And so she's doing it the right way, thinking with the end in mind, what she wants achieved, and then engineering that environment and those habits and those trainings that need to be in place. So everyone here, make sure that you have professional development. So we're going to talk about that. And we're also going to talk about leadership of self. So today we're walking through some key concepts. I just have to say, thank you for everyone who has done their homework. And if you're falling a little bit behind, no worries. Get on it and we'll be more than happy to go in there and help you work through some questions. Thank you, Haley. I appreciate that. Yes, prizes, free resources, and really motivation. This is about community. I was an analyst at a police department for almost 9 years, and I was the only analyst with almost 200 sworn personnel. And it got lonely. I didn't know a lot of analysts, right? There was no other analyst in my agency, and I was the first analyst in the state of New Hampshire. So it took me really reaching out and finding community to feel like I was part of something and I had someone else who knew my language to talk to. So this group brings you that community as well. We have almost 800 analysts in this group. So we bring you that community too here today. Everything is better with prizes. Awesome. So really the next steps to multiplying your effectiveness is prioritizing. So today is all about prioritizing. We're going to walk through step by step how to prioritize. If you have not already done your brain dump, or if you're inspired now to write more things down, like all of a sudden some stuff came to you, go ahead and do that. Go ahead and do that. Brain dump some more, get some stuff down. Yes, Michelle, you're also a single analyst. It can be hard. There's no one to nerd out with. So we have these crazy conferences. We're all like having a beer and discovering access, comma, parentheses, and it works and we're all geeked out. Yes. Exactly. All right. Welcome, Alex. Glad you're here. Yes, Sadie, exactly. We agree. It keeps us motivated. Absolutely. Okay, so we have a couple of concepts to talk about today. The first one is setting goals and maintaining focus. So just like we talked about, the window's open, my thing is flying close. So just like we talked about with the training, you got to have a goal. What do you want to be good at? What do you want to be exceptional at? Don't say everything. You can't be, right? Hey, Laura, good that you are here. Hello. Okay. So you can't be good at everything, right? So you want to set the goal and then create the action steps to get there. Well, it's the same in prioritizing your lists. Everything has a purpose. So as you build out your brain dumps, you want to indicate what that purpose is. And because someone told you to do it is not a purpose, okay? That is a direct. You are the CEO of crime analysis, right? Even if you're not the supervisor, you are responsible. You own your position. So you want to know what the purpose is of each and everything that leaves your fingertips, because you want to know that it's serving its purpose, right? There was an analyst here last September, who said she did this report every day for years and years and years. And then finally one day she's like, I don't even know if people are reading this report. So she stopped doing it. And 2 years later, someone reached out to her and said, hey, are you still doing that report? I couldn't find it. And she said, I haven't been doing that report for 2 years. And you just noticed right now? So it is so funny. Yes, the CEO mentality. Exactly. The CEO mentality. You are the CEO of analytics and you are the CEO of your life. And I want you to remember that there's two, right? Sometimes we busy ourselves with work because we're really good at it or because we get busy, right? But you got a home life too. And so I want some priorities in there about your home life. And Dana and a couple of you, Anne was the one with checkers. That's right. And Dana, some folks put in there volunteer. Some folks put in there different things that they want to do in their personal life. Be a great mom, things like that. So make sure that you're incorporating all of these responsibilities that you have in your day. So the fundamental to becoming more productive is setting goals and maintaining focus. So those people who do have goals or teams who do have goals far outperform teams or people who do not. So when you know where you're going, when you're focused, right, you are headed in the right direction and the other pieces come into place. I had a couple of coaching calls this morning with folks from our Rising Genius program, and that's exactly what we did today. What are your goals? Get clear on them, and then let's create some action steps that are going to help you reach those goals. So when we have goals, we become much more effective. How many of you have goals? Go ahead in the chat right now. Do you have a goal? Do you have some goals? You're just like, I have a goal. I want to, be the best analyst I can be. I want to fully integrate, like Katya, I want to fully integrate analytics into my agency. Or maybe you want to run a marathon. Maybe that's your goal. For me, it's getting upside down on a paddleboard. I want to do a handstand on a paddleboard. It's been a goal for a while, but I'm still working on it. What are the goals over here? How are you the CEO of your life, right? How are you the CEOs of your life? All right. So success lists really mandate that you know where you're going first, right? Oh, Eugene wants data analytics certification. Are you talking about the one through IACA, CALIA certification? That's a really good one to belong to. We're going to talk about that too. Professionalizing yourself. I like it, Eugene. Earl, make my analysts more efficient by providing them with tools they need. Earl, we're talking about roadmaps. Let's hop on the phone. Let's figure out some tools for you to give them roadmaps so that you can really professionalize them, make them leaders, and help them own their role so that they feel valued and supported. Yes, I like it. Great. Data analytics certification for a couple of you. Law school, fantastic, Haley, great. I love it. Okay, so you got some big goals. When you know where you're going, so Olivia, you want to become a certified analyst as well? Yes, so let's do it. So once you have the goal, you can engineer it backwards. Right? So my friend Nora is on here today, and she knows. She's like, I've always had a goal in mind. I'm going to buy a house, and that's what's going to happen. I'm going to build a business, and that's what's going to happen. I'm going to build an analytical unit. That's what's going to happen. And you have to have these goals ahead of time in order to engineer them backwards. So Erica says, my goal, which I'm working on, is to be more confident when speaking to upper command staff. Yes. So Erica, in that Rising Genius program, we have a whole section, a whole module on building confidence, things you can do. So I'm so proud of you. That's a big thing to say out loud, and you are not alone. I bet you every single person here is feeling the same way. Monica says, I want to finish my analytical program this December. Fantastic. That's huge. Congratulations. You want to be a CASA volunteer. Yeah, I like it. So when we have goals, our success lists really are based on the goals instead of the lists leading us. So instead of the lists of to-dos leading us, our results, our goals, our focus areas are going to lead our success lists. And so that's the biggest shift that's happening here. Remember, I'm not taking away the list. I know we love lists, right? What I'm doing is transitioning them, transforming them into success lists that are based off of goals, right? Okay, yes, absolutely. You all can do it. Yes. Okay. So let's do an example. So if many of you say that you want to be a certified analyst. So what are the action steps that you need to take to be a certified analyst? Well, the first thing you need to do is know what are the requirements. So you might put in there in your list, okay, my success list. My goal is to become a certified analyst by June. Right? My success list, right? Yes, lists make you tired. Yes, IACA. So if you want to be an IA certified analyst, you'd engineer that backwards by saying, what does it take? Okay, so I'm going to get my list of all my qualifications. Then I'm going to rate myself to see where I am in each of the qualifications. Then I'm going to set up a plan to fill the gap, any gap that exists. So if the gap is I have not trained anyone or written any documents or whatever the qualifications are, then I'll just go and build those into my schedule, right? Then you have to take a test, right, to be a certified analyst, and it's about a 20-chapter book. So you might say to yourself, my goal is to know these 20 chapters inside and out. So maybe once a week for the next 20 weeks, I'm going to read a chapter, and then I'm going to apply that chapter to the work that I'm doing as an analyst, right? So you have specific goals that are going to help you achieve, or specific success lists that are going to help you achieve those goals. So I was a little surprised to see that not a lot of folks put training, put professional development, put growth, long-term success on their lists. I want every analyst to have long-term success strategy on your list. Okay. So concept number 2 yes, this group is ambitious, Caroline. Yes, absolutely. Concept number 2. And by the way, I'm Dawn Reby. For those of you who don't know me, Caroline Collins and Michelle Foster, Michelle Lay here on Facebook, we're a team. We're a team that's here to serve you. And so we're here to help you through this. If you have any questions, you reach out to us. Several of you have sent emails to me and messages to our team, and hopefully we've helped you. And if you have not already seen a message, you have a message. If you are listening to this live session, if you have received if you are registered for this course, you have received emails and you have received messages from us. You might not have seen them. They might have gone to your spam. So make sure you check them out. Okay. All right. Beautiful. So key concept number 2. Oh my gosh, I'm about to say it. Ready? Take breaks. Take breaks. Breaks are actually healthy for you. Right? Breaks are actually healthy for you. We have this language in this group called leadership of self. We hold leadership of self as priority. If you are spinning and rolling and upside down, right? You're not equipped to serve your team. If you're going down in an airplane, you don't give everyone else the oxygen first, right? You give yourself the oxygen first. so that you can then serve the people around you. When athletes train, athletes do not train 7 days a week. They build in recovery. They build in carb cycling. They build in these strategies that actually help them grow and develop stronger and faster. If you're always on burning muscles, if you're always burning the muscles, you're not giving those muscles the time to recover and to grow. Instead, you're just depleting. So if you're in the habit of depleting, I want you to I want you to definitely have leadership of self as a priority, A lot of people struggle with this. They think that they're being selfish if they take time for themselves to meditate or to exercise or to step away from their desk. Right now, how many of you have not taken a lunch today? How many of you are used to sitting at your desks through lunch? Right? How many of you are sitting at your desks through lunch, right? Yes, my tenant breaks. I love it, Michelle. That's awesome. Many analysts struggle with this because yes, carbs, French fries. I said it. You have to eat French fries. No. Charisse, yes, you understand. Leadership of self is a priority. And if you are a manager, ask yourself, what are you teaching the people around you, right? Like, what are you teaching your analysts? Renee Richardson does a beautiful job of teaching her analysts, take care of yourself, right? She'll go on conference calls with them, taking a walk, right? Or I don't know if that was her, actually. I shouldn't say that. But some supervisors will say, hey, we can go on a conference call, but you're going to come with me during my walk. Right? Look at all these guilty faces. Yes. Getting better at it. You actually take some time away. Good. You feel this all the time. You are not alone. No way, no shape, no form. So I remember being at that agency with almost 200 officers, and being the only analyst there and being the only analyst in the state of New Hampshire, I felt like I needed to prove myself so much that I needed to be perfect at everything, that I needed to analyze everything, be everything for everybody, and get everything out so timely, right? I didn't take lunches. And I remember this woman, Sharon, would come to my desk and she'd say, you, get up, let's go take a break. And no, I gotta finish this. They gotta know that I'm valuable, right? That I'm valuable, and I'll only be valuable if I finish everything. It's a myth. It's a myth. Joseph, you've been there. Nora, you've been there. Yes. So if you want to feel, right, more energized, more creative, more efficient, right, and really have that oomph after work, when you go home, you have this feeling of oomph and not, I'm about to pass out because I'm so exhausted mentally. Right? If you want that oomph, if you want that creativity, if you want that work-life harmony, you must incorporate recovery and leadership of self as priority. Okay? Not one. I think there were 2 people, maybe 3 out of everybody that had that in their homework. I want every single person to have leadership of self in tonight's homework. So look at all this. Yes, I want you to right now type in leadership of self. Leadership of self. Look at Carolina. I never used to schedule a lunch and I would wonder why I was so grumpy all the time. It's called hangry, right? This class has helped me realize if I'm not taking care of myself, then how can I have quality work with others? Yeah. Absolutely. And what are you sharing with the people around you, right? What are you sharing? If you're managing a team, what are you showing them if you're always stressed out, right? Let's take good care of you, especially you managers. I have something separate for you that can help you a lot. As you know, I have a couple of other tools. Yes, Charisse, leadership of self. Yes, Laura, leadership of self. Laura, you've been doing a great job with leadership of self. I love it. It's fantastic. And for those of you, a woman, Jen Koner from our Rising Genius program, she actually wrote her vacation story, and her vacation story involves, and Caroline, if you don't mind sharing our blog link with folks, we have a blog that essentially is a ton of fun. And so one of the blog articles, look at all this leadership of self. Yes, I love it. One of the blog articles is from Jen Koner, a member of our Rising Genius and Leadership program, who talks about how vacations used to be for her, how she used to hate vacations because when she would come back, the workload would be too great. So she would take her computer with her and type away and take her phone with her, and she never really was on vacation, right? And that all changed for her. And if you want to read her story, Caroline will grab that blog at Excellence in Analytics, which is our mother company. And you can go ahead and read her short blog. It's a ton of fun, and hopefully it inspires you, okay? So ideally, you want to give yourself a break every probably 45 minutes to an hour, right? Because at some point, your brain stops working really, really well. So you want to shoot it up, give it a little reboot with maybe some tea, some oxygen, move it around, some deep breathing, right? Really get centered and focused. Maybe give your eyes a break from that computer. So we're going to talk about what your homework is tonight, right? What your homework is tonight. Yeah, it's a great read. We actually, Katya, actually, there's a couple for you and for the other folks building infrastructure. In that same blog link, we have some short articles on building infrastructure, building that vision. So we have a new one coming out every week on building infrastructure. So you can grab some of those materials as well. Yes, Michelle, reboot the brain. Exactly. So we're going to walk through a short exercise right now, and it's about getting crystal clear on your short and long-term goals. And that's really how we're going to prioritize, okay? This is going to really help you streamline those efforts. It's going to help you eliminate activities that you personally don't have to be doing, that don't align with the bigger vision for yourself, okay? And we're going to talk about how to create maximized proficiencies. So first we do the brain dump. We did the brain dump, which we already did. What are the 3 myths? Does anyone remember from yesterday? What are the 3 myths of productivity? What are the 3 myths of productivity, right? Do y'all remember? What are the myths, right? And so we want to set up some goals. And so that's why you have purpose. Let's see, I'm going to add to these resources to read on my success list for today. I love it, Haley. That's a great idea. Yes, getting you thinking, the purpose of those articles is really inspiring you and getting you to think differently and outside that box just a little bit about leadership of self. Jen had a great story. I'm so thankful for her. Okay. So use the list from step 1, right? Use your brain dump from, yes, Dennis, multitask. That's right. All right. I asked a question. I didn't give time to answer it. So number 1, multitasking does not work, right? We're going to talk about how to compartmentalize and get more done in less time. So, right? So yes, what was the second one? What was the second myth? Do y'all remember? To-do lists, multitasking, and work some more. Yes, they do not work, okay? They do not work. All right. And so for those of you who are, I know there's a couple of supervisors on there. If you have not received your behind the scenes toolkit for supervisors, reach out to me right away and we'll get it to you. It'll help you with your teams in this course. Yes, to-do lists are a myth. We're moving into success lists, exactly, that are goal focused. Multitasking does not work, and work does not work, right? Leadership of self needs to be a key component. BINGO, that is right. All right. So Brendon Burchard wrote this book, High Performance Habits, and I'm a big advocate of reading, of continuously growing yourself. I'm happy to give you a list of books that I just love. For supervisors, The Culture Code is a great book by Daniel Coyle. And for analysts, I just have a slew of amazing books for you. But The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People is one of my favorites for analysts. I think every analyst should read that. And then The 8th Habit too. Okay. So Brendon Burchard, in his book called High Performance Habits, he talks about this necessity to take this break and reboot. And what you actually do during that reboot that helps you recenter and refocus and become intentional and eliminate distractions, right? Eliminate distractions, which we'll get to. We'll get to eliminating distractions. So leadership of self has to be the number 1 priority. End of story. It just has to be. Number 2, goals have to be set. They just have to be set. Monica, you like some books. Okay, so 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. That's a beautiful, beautiful book. Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Really centered and focused. Yes, I know Becky's a lover of the 7 Habits too. Absolutely. And for supervisors, The Culture Code is a great book. And if you are looking for supervisor training, we do have a leadership program just for supervisors. So reach out to me directly for that, where we do some we have some book club stuff as well. All right. Okay, great. So you're going to take your list. Anyone have any other books that they absolutely love? The Think and Grow Rich is a really great one, creating that vision. I did, Michelle. It's funny, we think about our superpowers in this world. One of the things I love to do is I love to have a conversation with someone and say, this book is for you. And so, just Robin Sharma is a great author, The 5 a.m. Club. It really depends what you're looking for, but 7 Habits is a great first start for sure. Okay. And Monica, remind me, Monica, I think you were a supervisor. If you're a supervisor, you must read The Culture Code. That's a really good one. Okay. And that one's Daniel Coyle. No. Yes, Daniel Coyle. Okay, so here's what you're going to do. You've done a big brain dump of all your activities, and you probably have thought of some new ones today, right? Yes, it's a great book for any profession. It's not crime analysis at all, right? Or analytics at all. It's about really creating vision. Abundance Now is a beautiful book if you're looking to figure out your vision. Anyway, I can go on and on. Okay, so what you're doing tonight, you're going to take those lists, spend some time really thinking about, the theory of constraints. Yes, that's a good one too. And linchpin, maybe something like that. Yes, theory of constraints, the theory of constraints. I love it. Great, beautiful. Okay, so some things I'd like for you to do this time around. So if you're looking at your workbooks, this might be backwards for you, but we're looking at this page here that talks about prioritizing, right? So what you're going to do is you're going to take your brain dumps, whatever they are, and I want you to build in things that are not just policing, okay? I want you to build in the volunteer stuff that you've been dying to do. I want you to build in the leadership of self stuff, the taking the breaks, the professional development roadmap, right? I want you to build all of these things in, all right? And so what you're going to do is you're going to take that brain dump list and you're going to build it into these 4 quadrants, right? So the first quadrant is urgent and important. Those are the things that are urgent to you and important to you. They're really urgent things. These are not the things that somebody from the community says, I need this in 24 hours or I'm going to sue you. And like, that's not urgent and important. You have 10 days or something like that. I mean, go look at your regs. And a chief might come in and say, I want this right now. Or may just come in and say, hey, can I have this? And you interpret it to be right now. Come to find out he doesn't need it till next week. And a lot of times, or she, and a lot of times it simply involves a conversation, right? I remember I would have people come into my office and they're like, hey, can you do this, and this? And in my mind, they needed it right away. But I got to the point where I was able to say to them, hey, my schedule is jam-packed this week. I'm happy to do that if you want me to release one of these other priorities. Or you can wait till next week. Would next week work for you? And the chief or whoever would say, oh my God, absolutely. Yeah, definitely. Next week's fine. Right? So the urgent and important are, there's been a murder and you are the analyst investigating the murder. Urgent and important is CompStat is tomorrow and we need to get this stuff done, right? What is urgent and what is important? So go ahead in the notes in the chat right now and let's talk about what is urgent and important for you right now. What's urgent and important for you right now? Some things I can think about that are urgent and important: leadership of self. That is urgent and important. Taking breaks. Maybe reading the reports if you're a tactical analyst and your job is to find patterns and trends in the data, then maybe something that's urgent to you is your threshold databases, right? Setting up those threshold processes, right? Let's see. Michelle says, before I did the Rising Genius program, I remember the first time I told someone, hey, that time frame doesn't work for me. It went fine. But I was nervous about setting that boundary. Yes, Michelle, you bring up such a good point. Setting that boundary often, it makes us more nervous than it does the recipient. Because if they turn around and they're like, Michelle, I really need it done tomorrow, then, you'd be able to shuffle a few things around. But if you're saying yes to everybody and not creating that boundary, then yeah, you get yourself in a pickle. getting your work done and meeting deadlines. Yes, Haley. Getting out in nature is a priority. Yes, Becky, yes. So Becky knows what makes her operate well, right? Becky knows what makes herself operate well, and it's getting out into nature. So that's her priority. Yes, it should be. For me, yoga, like I know that I need my hour to myself in my morning to stretch, to drink my pot of coffee, to touch my toes, to get upside down. I know that I need that. I know that it makes me a better person for the rest of the day, right? Let's see. What do we got here? Setting that boundary is so key. Yes. And Andrea says, what is causing heartburn is my assigned districts. What do you mean? What do you mean? What about that is causing heartburn for you? What about that? Nora says, I'm in the habit now of asking people, when do you need this? Yes, exactly. When do you need this? So that I can prioritize. Yes, hiking and weightlifting for you, Michelle. What are the rest of you? What are your urgents and importance? And so the second thing right underneath that is release. You're going to put an X on the things that you want to release. Release. Charisse says, I get out and walk in the morning and afternoon for quick breaks. You got it, Charisse. You got it. Yes. So that is priority. So you're going to put 1 star deciding what is priority. Reading reports, doing the bulletins, what's priority for you, right? So what's urgent and important? That's the star, right? Spinning on your Peloton bike for Katya. I love it. Becky says yes in the yoga too. Hello, Renee. Thanks for joining in. Family is most important. Yes. So here's the thing. We forget about our family sometime. We forget how important they are. And we bring work home. We bring our energy, our tiredness. We bring all this home and they're not a priority anymore. I remember, big lesson. I remember my daughter, the little one who's 9 now, she was probably like 6 or 7. I went up to her room and on her door, she had drawn a picture of a cell phone and with a big circle and a big X through it and said, no cell phones allowed in my room. Oh, what a message to mama. My work, my cell phone had become my priority, right? And instead of connecting with her, I always had that phone next to me. Just in case someone needed me. Where are my priorities? So Renee, you are so right. Family must be a priority. And yes, they should be urgent and important and long-term. Laura says she wants to release out families. You want to release your family? Oh, you're not loving on them right now, Laura. Especially during this time where we have COVID here, being really aware of what our families need, what our children are going through, being shuffled, maybe not in school or partially in school, wearing masks all day for them. How does that feel, right? And so, or maybe our family, our elderly parents who are not being visited by other people, who are feeling lonely. I have a really good friend, that lady from the police department actually, who told me to get up out of my desk, 10 years ago. She lives down the street from me now and I can't see her and she can't see anyone. And she used to host all the Christmas parties, all the everything, right? It's lonely for her. So what are we doing to support our families? Yeah. All right. So Andrea says, whatever is causing heartburn in my assigned districts, when is the crime happening? Who might be doing it? Yeah. Okay. I get it now. So you're looking that's urgent for you. That's urgent. Yeah. I agree. So setting up some thresholds to automate those processes, which we'll talk about in a second. So Christy says, so important to remember this, as so many of us are working from home now. I have found that the separation of work and home have gotten blurred at times. Okay, Christy, you are hitting the nail on the head. How many of you feel like your work-home life is totally blurred right now? Totally blurred. You're taking calls at different times at night. Right? You're, doing work probably longer because you feel maybe guilty, like they're not going to know that I'm working and I want to show them that I'm being productive, right? Or maybe, someone calls you earlier in the morning and all of a sudden your day starts in your pajamas, right? That kind of thing. Yeah. Caroline has a really hard time with this too. Charmaine, Charisse, all of you. Yeah. So we're going to talk about prioritizing what's happening at home, your family, right? And what's happening at work. Michelle says, it took me a hot minute to figure out what worked for me and what didn't. Yes. Andrea says, nope, when I'm done for the day. Fantastic. Eugene says, yeah. And so, there's some flexibility with working from home. Like, it might not look like a 7 to 3 or a 9 to 5. It might look different, right? You might be working, one family I was talking to, she works at 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. And then her husband takes care of the kids while she's doing that. And then he works from 2 till, 10 o'clock at night, right? And she takes care of the kids. And this whole big frenzy. Yeah. So we got to be paying attention to this. Renee says we have had to set up priorities for us, and only a supervisor can approve a request after hours. Yeah. So setting up priorities. I like it. So the first one is the stars. I want you to take those brain dumps and I want you to put a star, or you can put them right in here, right? Around what's urgent and important. And then an X on what you can release. Okay. So if you are looking at a report and you're like, I don't know if anyone ever uses this report, you might put an X on it, right? Or if you are reading, I talked with an analyst who reads 75 traffic reports citation reports a day, because she does not have a system in place for her sergeants to approve traffic citations appropriately. So she's doing all the work as an analyst because she wants the data, right? Release that you need to release. And so release doesn't mean get rid of it altogether. Release either means 1, get rid of it altogether, or 2, it means, setting priorities and moving it onto someone else's plate. Okay, let's see. Non-rep, other duties assigned 24/7. Yeah. Other duties 24/7. So, what can you release? If you are a supervisor and you are doing absolutely everything under the sun, you have an opportunity. You have an opportunity to release some of your tactics. You have an opportunity to release some of your things that you're doing, right? Remove them from your table and give another person the opportunity to rise, right? If they're actual analytical functions. Awesome. Welcome, Sierra. Glad you're here. And if you are, an analyst and you find that you're doing firearms, you're sitting at the desk taking firearm cards or something, like, is that really your role, right? Let's get real here. What are you supposed to be doing? What can you release? I want every single person right now to think about one thing that you do that you can release. I want you to put it in the notes right now in the chat, whether you're here live, if you're here for the replay, or if you are here at the 8 o'clock watch parties, right? Yes, Ciara says, take the advantage of the opportunity to release, allow others to rise. Yeah. Allow others to rise and to own work and to have ownership of their role. So what can you release right now? Erica's going to release her firearms. I like it. I like it. Laura says, that was me. No more though. How did you release it? Laura, how did you release it? What else are you folks releasing here? Now, releasing does not mean just saying, boot, see you later. You might have to set up a plan with your supervisor, or with, someone who's going to take it over on how to properly do it. You may have to document the process and show someone else how to do it, that kind of thing. Or maybe you just release it if it's unimportant. So stop giving yourself and your worth away. That's a great thing to release. Yes, the mentality, right? Releasing that negative mentality that I'm not good enough. So yes, that is something we work with analysts all the time, helping them see their worth. And sometimes they're just like, imposter syndrome. I'm not good enough. Imposter syndrome. Anyone here suffer from imposter syndrome? Where you're just like, I'm an imposter. I don't really know what I'm doing. You do. You're the closest thing they have to excellence. You're the closest thing they have to data-driven strategies. You know stuff. You're here. You're learning. You're growing, right? You would like to see an elimination, says Joseph, of all non-analysis requests. Analysts are not clerks. Yes, yes, yes. Exactly, Joseph. So you're going to put that in the release box, and we're going to work through how to get that released off your plate and off the analytical plate. Renee says, releasing the responsibility of being supervisor for a week. Let's see, to visit family. And let the team cover me. Oh my gosh, Renee, this is awesome. Yes, let the team cover me. They'll learn by example. How is your team supposed to rise into leadership if you don't allow them? So kudos to you, Renee, for walking away and giving other people the opportunity to rise. That's called building legacy. When you trust somebody, when you give them ownership, you are giving them the opportunity to rise as a leader. You are building legacy. Renee is fantastic. Yes. All right. Fantastic. What else do we got here? Let's see. I like it. All of this is wonderful. So the third box you see at the bottom says can be automated, right? So you're going to put a circle around anything that can be automated. You do not have to know how it can be automated. I'm not asking you to know the how. I'm just simply asking you to think about what you do on a repeat basis that can be automated, right? That can be automated. Yes, Caroline, you are. All these folks are good enough. We are elite. Absolutely. I love it. We are the CEO of Crime Analysis and the CEO of our lives. Absolutely. Olivia, imposter syndrome. Yes, yes. That is something to put on your release right here. Release that thought. Release that thought. And so we may need to take steps to figure out how to release and how to automate and how to perform long-term success, which we'll get to in a second. Either way, it needs to be on this list, and we're going to work through the how later. Just put it on the list for now. Okay. So what can be automated? Things that you do on a repeat basis. CommStack can be automated. Even if they tell you they need 50,000 things, there are still ways to automate. I taught a class, a Microsoft Access class, not too long ago where we saved an analyst 16 hours. We turned it into a button click. 16 hours into one button click. I'm like, what are you doing? All of this can be automated. And she was like, what? All of this can be automated? All of it can be automated. It's fantastic. Anything that you do on a repeat basis can be automated. You're kicking out reports, you're kicking out statistics, all of it. And if it's in your data system, you can draw it out and you can automate it. You don't have to know how. We're going to show you how later, so stick around for the hows. Right now, it's just about the vision, what you want to automate. So you're going to put a circle around everything that can be automated, all right? What kind of things in your agencies can be automated? Do you do CompStat reports? Do you do, I know in my agency, I would send my narcotics officers and detectives and captain in charge of narcotics. I would send them everyone who's involved in an overdose, everyone who was arrested for drugs, whether or not they were arrested by narcotics, if they were arrested by patrol or whoever, for the week. So every week they got this. I would send my POP unit, the problem-oriented policing unit, at all the prostitution cases, all the problem motels, things like that, all automated. I would send my chief, everyone who was arrested for the week. I would send them a list of all the crimes as well as a short little storyline. Automated, button, press, go, 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 right? So my Fridays, literally, they used to look like hell. And then not now because I'm not at a police agency right now, but my last PD, my Fridays were reading the reports and pressing the button that automated all of my reports, right? It was fantastic. And I was actually able to perform analytics. So the analytics was what was urgent and important that I never got to, right? But now I could because everything else was automated. All right, let's see. So Michelle says, I think I might have worked backwards, but I need to work on automation. Automating my weekly reports. I've automated my monthly and quarterly ones. All right, so let's get those weekly ones automated as well. So agreed, says Eugene. 7 out of 10 work days spent on CompStat prep. Wait, 7 of 10 work days are spent on CompStat prep reporting. Was reduced down to 2-minute runtime scheduled report. Yes. 30-minute presentation twice a week. Eugene, you got it going on. Exactly. So when you know that it's a repeat process, you're taking those, days that you spent putting these products together and you're turning them into minutes, right? And then you're really freeing up your time for analytics. It is, Earl, we'll stick around because we are, you will get the email every day. Hopefully everyone here is getting the emails that will tell you what we're talking about. Today is all about prioritizing, and we will walk through, the different techniques, how to execute your success lists. And one of the techniques we will talk about is automation. Yeah, exactly. Oops. I think I pressed some buttons here that I wasn't supposed to press. Okay, there we go. Yeah, it's absolutely amazing. Okay, beautiful. And we have a ton of free resources for you as well. All right, so don't worry about that. And then the last thing here, the double star right here, is long-term success. So there are not a lot of analysts here necessarily who are thinking about what is the long-term success of me, my unit, and my agency. Long-term success things that should be considered are your training, right? So what roadmap do you have set up? What do you want to achieve? CALIA certification? Do you want to be an expert in mapping? Like, what do you want to achieve, right? So long-term success means some kind of professional development. It might mean a leadership training for you, right? Like if you know that you're building a team of people, you want all of them to have ownership and leadership. So the long-term success is building legacy, right? The long-term success is implementing strategy around that. Every analyst in their long-term success should have creating buy-in and influence. Creating buy-in and influence so that the products that you produce are used and that they're useful, right? So go in your long-term success. What are the long-term things that you want to do? Like I want amazing, beautiful, fun times with my girls. And I also want to be connected to nature. So I want to figure out, I want to get, a list of all the national parks and go across the country and go visit them and climb in them and, get in the woods and be, part and build with relationships with my girls, right? And memories with my girls. So what is it? What is it that is your long-term success? What's your long-term success strategy? So the Rising Genius program that we've run, I know we've talked about it a couple times. We do really work on this a lot. We create those long-term success strategies for you. But for today, you're simply going to plug things in from your brain dump into these 4 boxes, right? And you're going to share those things with us in the recap, right? The recaps will come out at 3:05, so you have time. You have plenty of time. And then we will prod you a little bit. We will pull at you. We will invite you to think of things a little bit differently, and I hope that you do. All right? Okay. So the last thing I have for you today to wrap this up is the winner, our first winner. You're going to get a nice little wellness package. We're all about wellness and leadership of self here. Yes, a winner from yesterday's homework. Here we go. We have a winner from yesterday's homework, and it's not because anyone did a better job than anyone else. What we simply did is we look at all the people who are responding, and we select a winner from there because we really appreciate you all and the work that you're doing, and we believe in leadership of self. We want you to be real well, and so we're going to send you a nice little wellness package, and so we do have a winner today and tomorrow. Ella, come here, Elle. Yeah. Tomorrow, my little girl, she's going to pick it out for us. Both. My little girl's going to pick it out for us. But today, I got it picked out for you. Drum roll, please. All right, you want to say it?
Drumming, and I can't.
Wait. And the winner is? And the winner is?
Carolyn Wolfsey.
Carolyn Wolfsey, you are the winner of today. This is called work-life harmony. All right. And so here's the thing. Carolyn, congratulations. You are the winner today. You are the winner, Caroline. And for the rest of you, Carolyn, you are the winner. And for the rest of you, continue to plug away at the recaps. Continue to plug away at your homework. Let's set up these priorities. Dig into this. This is setting you up for success. This right here, prioritizing. So many analysts come over here and they say, I just don't know how to set up priorities. I don't know what's important. We're going to help you figure that out. Do your homework. Get it on the page. Don't be afraid. We're right here with you. And our entire team, we have a whole bunch of us, we're going to help support you during this time, during this week. So dig in. Yes, congratulations, Carolyn. Dig in, and really make it the most that you can be, that it can be. We really hope that you are setting up these priorities and be prepared. We're going to make you think. Right? So for those of you who are in there, we're going to give you some encouragement. We're going to make you think, and we're going to build on your success. All right? So tomorrow we start what do we do tomorrow? Let's see. Tomorrow's exciting because we are starting our time chunking. We are starting our time chunking tomorrow. And so now we're going to have all of our priorities set up and we're going to build out time chunking. I can't wait. So if you are excited about time chunking, I want you to plug it in, whether you're here for the replay or live or for the watch party. Plug in time chunking right now. Let me know that you are up for time chunking. That is the best tool ever. We're going to show you how to do it efficiently and effectively, to work as a team to do it effectively and efficiently. So go ahead and plug in the words time chunking. I want to know that you're in it to win it with us, that you are here with us, that you're excited. Congratulations. And so winners, all winners, you want to reach out directly to me. Let me know the address where you want it sent to, and I'll mail it out, or I'll have my daughter mail it out to you this week. Andrea's ready for time chunking. Earl's ready for time chunking. Katya is ready for time chunking. Who else is ready for time chunking? Nora. I know, Nora, you've been looking forward to this, so get your list ready. Michelle is ready for time chunking, and Becky Sue. Yes, this is what you need the most right now. Haley, you're ready for time chunking. Yes, time chunking is my savior. I truly get so much done because of it. Laura, time chunking. Charmaine, Eugene, I love it. I love it. Dennis, you're ready to win it with time chunking. So you set up your priorities and then join us tomorrow. All of that. So in unit 1, all of the homework, all of the recaps, all of the videos, all of the time chunking stuff, everything is found in unit 1. That's where you're going to submit your homework. Today is day 2. So you're going to submit your homework on the day 2 post that's found in unit 1. Joseph and Christy and the rest of you are just so excited about time chunking. Awesome. I can't wait. All right. I'll see you all tomorrow. Congratulations for a great session. And I look forward to seeing your homework. See you soon.